The podcast you're about to hear involves true stories, which may contain graphic content that is not suitable for children. Listener's discretion is advised. This is Esoteric Oddities.
Hey y'all,
We're back.
and we're still as ugly as ever.
I am recording with no pants on because I feel hella fat today.
I just scarfed down a fucking Pop-Tart.
As he was trying to push me to like ASMR, I literally told him that I would go upstairs until he was done eating the fucking Pop-Tart. I cannot stand that fucking noise in my ear. It's literally so aggravating.
It really is. I just did it because it would bug you.
Well, you bugged me. Consider myself bugged.
I hate you.
No, you don't.
I don't. But I forgot how fucking dry Pop-Tarts are. Holy schnitzel. Hold on, I just need a little sip.
I fucking hate you.
Was that refreshing? You know what? I hate the sound of in commercials when they're trying to make, usually it's beer, when they're trying to make like a beer sound good on the radio. So they do the like, and it fills the fucking glass.
How's that for ASMR?
This
you
is
bitch.
It's been about 30 seconds and
Shit just got weird.
do you smell that?
Are you gonna fart?
No, it literally smells like gasoline, and they were fucking with the gasoline up there, so I'm not trying to be like...
I told him that I'm gonna douse myself in fucking gasolina and light myself on fire.
And if you would like to get a video of it, go ahead and email us at odditiespodcast@gmail.com. Wow, we've got a lot to fill you guys in on. We fucked up last week, but we're here now, and I've got a little update. So, my neighbor, who I thought died. Sorry, I almost thought I was going to burp, and then it turned into a weird throw up.
Throw up in your mouth? Love that.
No, I didn't. It's fine. But my neighbor, I thought that died because I have two older people who live on one side of me, and they are not dead.
Are you okay?
So last week, I'm watching Netflix. I'm watching The Staircase. Is it The Staircase or The Stairway? The Staircase. Mm-hmm. It's the case of Michael Peterson's wife who died. Didn't know if she fell down the stairs or didn't. Plot twist, she didn't. But I was watching that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm hungry. So I decided I'm going to go to Wawa for food. So I leave my house. As I'm leaving my house, I see my neighbor outside on the phone, and I'm just like, wow, I always see him outside on the phone. And like...
That weird one?
Yeah, and then my other neighbor's like in the... witness protection program, and I'm like, you really don't know the people around you, and like anybody could just shove their wife down the stairs. Mind you, this is like 5 minutes after I was watching The Staircase. So I get in my car, drive to Wawa, go to Wawa. I had a weird experience at Wawa, but it was just like, you know those awkward transactions that just don't go well?
Me every day.
And then you're ready for it to be over, and the guy doesn't hand you the bag, and then you have to be like, can I get my bag? Yeah, it was one of those. But I go outside to get into my car, and my phone's ringing, and it's Jason. And I'm like, what's up? And he says, why is our block like completely filled with cop cars? And I was like, what? He said, yeah, our street is completely blocked off, and there's cops everywhere, and there's an ambulance. And I said, oh my God, what the fuck's going on? So I drive to my house because I only live like 30 seconds away from Wawa. Drive to my house. Lo and behold, there are cops. There's like 5 cop cars out front of my house and an ambulance. And I'm like, what's going on? So I park my car. I start walking. And they're taking out my next door neighbor who I thought died on a stretcher. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Go into my house, and Jason had just got home from work. For those of y'all who don't know, he's a mailman, so he was in his uniform. And he said that he had talked to the cop. The cop didn't really have any information to give him, but he was like, they think my neighbor is going to be okay, but they have to take him to the hospital. Don't know what happened. And they thought that Jason was the mailman. And then he said, oh no, I'm the neighbor. So the cop's getting in the cop car right out front of our house, and Jason's walking up the stairs to get into our house. And he stops and he goes, oh, you live next to the evil house. And then the cop got in the car and left.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, and then Jason was like, I don't know how to feel about what he just said to me.
Wait.
Yeah.
He said that to Jason?
The police officer said to Jason, oh, you're their neighbor and you live next to the evil house. Got in his cop car and vroom away.
So wouldn't that mean the house next to yours is the evil house?
I'm hoping, but fuck.
Because that would mean if he's talking to Jason and he says you live next to the evil house.
You're missing the whole point of evil house. Our houses are connected. We're separated by like a wall.
That's why that wall always gets weird.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's the
evil
wall.
house.
Oh, shit. That's the wall that had the black mold. Listen,
The wall didn't have black mold. The pumpkin had mold.
Listen, I'm calling next week's topic. If y'all want to hear about my fucking weird house and some weird shit that's gone down, tune in the next episode and that will...
Why didn't he, elaborate?
Why didn't he evaporate?
Elaborate.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
You can't just spew out, oh, you live next to the evil house.
Get in your car and then go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Donuts.
I want donuts.
I literally had such a nasty ass vulgar picture in my head. Why am I like this?
A
cop putting donuts on his dick.
Thank you guys for listening. Fucking A. So that was last week. I left a note on the door that I just wanted to make sure everything was okay, and I left my phone number and Jason's phone number because I don't know if they have our number and if anything happened, God forbid. They're older people, so I was just like,
you
hey,
spelled ambulance wrong.
Fuck off! I googled it.
Ambulance.
I spelled ambulance right.
Oh. Can I read the note?
No.
Oh.
It's private property.
Your private property with your evil house.
And then they wrote us a note back and they said...
Happy Pride.
They did. They said Happy Pride.
I love that. I love that.
What if I was just like,
I'm
we're
not
brothers. Okay, so that was last weekend. Are you ready for this week's fucking story? So I was on set this weekend. I was filming a short movie and it was 2 days, about 13 hours each day. And the first day was out in the fucking heat. It was cloudy, but it was like damp. You know, when it's moister than an oyster and damper than a hamper, but it was fucking hot. And we were filming in South Philly, behind this seafood place. So it just smelled like nasty, dank, pissy.
Love that.
I don't. So that was fun. Then the next day, nothing really weird happened the first day. It was just fun. It was just a long day. Then, hello?
Love that.
All right, door slamming. So then the next day we're filming at this sketchy hotel. And when I say sketchy hotel, I mean fucking sketchy. So I looked up reviews before we go there. They have how many stars? 1 star, 2 star, red star, blue star. They have 2 stars on fucking Yelp. And during location scouting on the elevator, a housekeeper who worked there said stay off the 7th floor. So in my head I'm thinking, all right, it's probably where they put the drug lords and shit to do all the weird dirty shit. So I was like, okay, you know what, we're not gonna go on the 7th floor. I have no reason to. So we get there. I get a parking pass. It's like a little slip of paper. Little sleep of paper.
Me.
A little slip of paper that I put on my dashboard on the driver's side inside the car. I repeat, I put it inside the car on the driver's side on the dashboard. I closed my windows, my air conditioning was turned off, and I locked the car and I made sure you could see clearly because I was not trying to get towed for this fucking bullshit. So I made sure you could...
Not for this fucking 3-star hotel.
2-star, thank you.
Yikes.
Expedia.com. So I made sure you could read it from the outside of the car. I locked my car door and we film. As we're filming, we rented 2 rooms on the 4th floor. There was a room that we were filming in and a room for our equipment and for actors and stuff to hang out in. First off, the fucking place, so gross, so disgusting. If I was staying there, I would have wanted my fucking money back because they weren't even that cheap.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This cannot be more than $60 a night. Oh, it was, baby. And they it wasn't vacuumed. We checked for bed bugs. We didn't see any. I still refused to sit on the bed. But so we're filming, and from the room we were filming in, you could look down to the parking lot and see my friend Nelson's car. So after we're filming, he notices his doors open, and he was the last person in there apparently. So that was weird. He goes down. He's like, we were thinking maybe somebody was trying to get in, or somebody robbed him or something. But he had expensive camera equipment in there,
And
nothing was taken. So yeah, that was weird. So yeah, close up his car, lock the door. Oh, fun side story. There was this girl who was on the set, and she said we worked on a movie together, and I couldn't remember from where or when. She was just like, yeah, we were on a set together, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to be a dick, but like I honestly didn't remember where she was from. She said, yeah, you were on so-and-so shoot. I said, oh yeah, that was like years ago. Yeah, I did that. She's like, oh yeah, you used to be skinny, right?
I'll kill this bitch. I swear to God. Just let me know.
It also didn't help. I was holding a fucking hoagie when she said this, and I was like, yeah.
I'm not hungry now. Like, what does she look like?
She's skinny.
Okay, but she would probably look like a bag of fucking potato chips. Not the good kind. Not
Mostly
the kind
air.
that anyone likes.
Thanks for the support.
Vapid ass bitch.
So back to the story. So we wrap up everything, and we kind of notice we've been there for however many hours, like 10 hours. We notice we haven't seen like a single fucking person. Isn't that weird? Like nobody on our floor.
Well, who's booking that price for a 2-star hotel?
I'm saying, but the hallway was like circular, so there were no windows because the windows were in the rooms, and in the middle was a staircase, which I had to take a couple times because here's a funny thing: the elevator took 5 minutes. You press a button, you got to wait fucking 5 minutes. There were 2 elevators, one of them worked. When we pressed the elevator door button, the elevator came. One of the doors opened, and then like the doors to the floor didn't open, and then it just went ding ding and then went down. No thank you, I'll pass on that. But we had so much fucking equipment we couldn't not take the elevator. Anyway, Vos, everybody's cleared out. I'm the only person in the hotel because I'm doing DIT, which is like I'm basically dumping all the footage onto a hard drive. So I'm doing that while everybody's packing up the vans downstairs, and I'm the only person out of like the 15 people who were there, and I just got like really weird vibes. It was just like uncomfortable. It was creepy, and I had to sit there for like 25 minutes in this dead ass silent room in this murderous hotel by myself. So finally it finishes up. I'm like, thank God. Go downstairs. I'm like, I got to dip out of here. I got work in the morning. So get back to my car, and this is when I called Sarah because the parking pass that I specifically placed on the driver's side and made sure you could see it from the outside was on the other side of my fucking car, bitch. And my door was locked. Nope. And I had camera equipment like under a blanket that could have been stolen if somebody was opening my doors. But my doors were locked. And nobody had gone to my car. I had my keys on my belt loop the entire day. And the car door was locked when I got to it. And what's good, bro?
They said, we see you in here.
Like, what? Sorry.
What?
That story probably wasn't that interesting, but that's what happened.
No, it was. What? A fucking ticket moved and doors opened.
Well, if maybe you could pay for a ticket. That would be cool. Remember that one time I got a ticket and maybe I don't think you were there. I think it was on Valentine's Day. I got a ticket. I got a parking ticket at Jason's, and I put it on someone else's car, and they paid it because they didn't look at it. Don't do that. Carmel's a bitch. You've heard it here first. You've heard it here second. Do as I say, not as I do. Sarah, how are you? I feel like I've been doing all the blabbing of the mouth.
Well, most of the time I feel like there's
And that's it for Sarah. Thank you so much. I'm just kidding.
Great.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's it. Are we gonna jump into it?
No, I want to hear how are you doing? How's your week? Are you good?
He's literally nodding at me to like lie.
I was like, lie, sweetie. Lie. I'm just kidding.
So last week I was sick, so I went home. It was about like 12-ish, maybe like 11:30 when I got home. My girlfriend left for work, so it was only me. I decided to take a nap because I was sick AF. So I wake up real quick and I notice my cat is like sleeping on my bed and he's so cute. So I get up, I take a picture real quick, and then I go back to sleep. So I am looking at the picture really closely to send my mom just in case there's like a dildo in it, or something. As I'm saying this, she listens to it. So cat's out of the bag, literally. Anyway, I see a fucking shadow.
A
person in the fucking corner.
It is a legitimately
person.
A person.
And like at first, like my tired mind was like, oh, like it's probably just my girlfriend. Like, And I was like, nope, she left. She's not here anymore.
I saw this picture and I queefed out of my asshole. That's a fart.
It's so crazy. I actually sent it to Janine from True Crime Girls.
Did you?
Yeah, because she posted
Nope,
something like, if
gotta
you have
go.
like a true crime story, and I was like, oh, I have one.
There's a murder in my fucking house.
Literally. And it happened so weird. Irony. The picture.
Irony? Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Weird irony?
Yeah, weird iron.
Are we okay?
Probably not.
So the picture was taken at 12:23. It was my it was the 8th year anniversary of my grandfather's death. He passed at 12:23, so that was like really weird and ironic.
It's pretty creepy. You should tweet the picture.
Okay, I will right now.
Yeah, do it right now because I always say we're going to do it later and then neither of us do anything later.
I'm tweeting the picture.
Yeah, so go check up Twatter. Esoteric, Oddity, ODDITI. So we would just like to shout out our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you guys want to support us and get bonus episodes. Oh, your bonus episode is going up today as you are listening to this. If you guys would like to get bonus episodes for only $5 a month, you can go to patreon.com/esoteric oddities. Thank you, supporters. And I think I'm going first.
You is.
Good thing you're moving out of that place in 5 days.
Literally, I'm so happy. There's black mold. It's falling apart. Like, I need to get out.
Maybe it was just Gampy.
That's really scary still.
Gampy saying hi. What did you call your grandpa?
Grandpa?
Oh. How original.
Just a big bag of originals.
So, Ana Trujillo was born in Mexico sometime in 1968. When she was young, her family moved to America for a shot at a better life and settled in Waco, Texas. So as a young woman, Ana was gorgeous, honey. She was the host of a local access television show using her stage name, Anna Fox. In 2012, she was 43 years old. She was divorced. She had 2 kids, and she decided she wasn't living the life she wanted. So she left her kids with her mother in Waco, and she moved to the Lawndale Hotel in Houston, Texas. So from Waco to Houston is about like a 3-hour drive on a good day. So this hotel allows you to like rent a space that's kind of similar to like a studio apartment for weeks at a time. I was looking it up. I was trying to get a grip on like what the fuck it actually was. It's like a hotel/apartment building, but
that's
you
weird.
don't have a lease. You just like rent it. So some people are like full on Zach and Cody in this shit and they just live there permanently. But she lived there and she started bringing men into the hotel almost every night. And in the fall of 2012, one of those men was 59-year-old Dr. Stefan Anderson. So he, again, was 59. He was a PhD medical researcher who was new to town. He worked at the University of Houston, and he was a well-respected individual. Those close to him say he was very mild-mannered, an all-around nice guy, basically born to be mild.
Born to be mild. Did you not sing that as you were researching?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't write that down. I just thought. So, however, he was a functioning alcoholic. He drank excessively every single day. However, he would not become angry. His friends and family said they didn't like that he drank so much, but he would mellow out. So when he was sober, he always saw the good in others. He tended to fix broken people. We all know those types of people, yeah?
I'm that person. Well, I was. Not anymore.
So, though it wasn't to the same degree, Anna was an alcoholic too. One night, she got drunk at her place of work. When she was staying after hours, a security guard approached her and kindly informed her that she could not stay in the building. This is when Anna attacked him. With her fists, she ripped his hair out while simultaneously punching him in the face.
Love that. I need to do that. Where does she go to self-defense classes?
It was who was she self-defensing against? The security guard was like, "Hey, ma'am, you got to go home." And she's like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Okay. So I just like heard like Yoko Ono screaming in my ear.
Yoko, oh no.
So Anna and Stefan, they hit it off, baby. They clicked on such a deep level that after knowing each other for only a couple weeks, Stefan invited Anna to move out of the hotel she was living at and to move in with him in his luxury suite.
Whoa. Do they live in the same building?
No, he lived in a different apartment building. She lived in that hotel thing. He lived in like a luxury suite. He was a doctor, PhD, medical researcher. You know, that money, honey. So this is when Anna learned about Stefan's fetish. He got a sexual thrill out of laying on his stomach and having Anna wear high-heeled stilettos and walk on his back, baby. So, have you ever done that?
Who would I do that to?
I don't know.
Nope, never got the chance.
Over time, Anna's angry side began to show. When she drank with Stefan, she got ultra ugly. I was drunk when I wrote that. I said
ultra ugly. Love that. She got ultra ugly.
When she drank with Stefan, she got ultra ugly. Okay. She got violent and extremely loud no matter who the frick was around. So Stefan's friends witnessed her anger and encouraged him to leave her. So after a few weeks, Stefan told his friends he was scared for his life. And after 6 months of the relationship, Stefan ended things with Anna and asked her to move out.
Aw, Anna, you muffed it up.
So at this point, Anna goes to stay with a friend and ex-fuck buddy named James Wells and his girlfriend. So
yikes.
She moves everything she has in, which isn't that much. She sleeps on the couch and she does as she usually does. She drinks a lot. So James's girlfriend didn't like that Anna was staying there. I couldn't find out if the girlfriend knew that Anna and James had a sexual past or if they were porking or not, but
porking.
But there's that. So she was just annoyed because Anna would stay home all day. She didn't have a job. She would eat their food. She would make their place all messy. She lacked appreciation for James and his girlfriend's generosity. She would blast music really loud and probably left a fucking poop streak in the toilet for somebody else to find it there. You know the type. You are the type.
No, I'm not.
You're right. And if you ever,
I'm the type that like inspects the toilet before I leave the room because I'm so fucking scared that something like that is gonna happen.
Just leave a little lucky charm.
A lucky log.
Hey, maybe then we'll have our lucky streak.
Oh,
streaks!
Love that.
Little Snapchat joke. Maybe you've heard of it. So one night while drunk, Anna was blasting music. James asked her to turn it down, so she lowered the music a bit. Then Anna walks up to James in front of his girlfriend, puckers her lips, leaned in, grabbed his face, then forcing his head down, bit the top of his head. Is she okay? Motherfucker was going full on ginger snaps on this bitch.
Right. Also, if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend you see that movie.
Ginger Snaps, 2001. Check it out. So James's girlfriend, also James's, is that a thing?
James's. I said that to you. I said Phyllis's.
Yeah. James's. Now it sounds weird because I've said it too much.
It's not ES, so it's apostrophe.
Yeah.
It's showing ownership of James.
Who owns James?
No one.
He's his own person, you're right. So James's girlfriend didn't know what the fuck to do, so she started beating Anna with a broom like the little stank-ass possum she is to get her to stop. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Just totally picture that in your head. This woman is fucking biting this man's head because he said, turn down the fucking music. Biting his head. Not punching him, not pulling his hair out.
Bite your head off. She took that real literal.
But fucking like, you know that it smells weird. You know there's dandruff in there. It's going to be stuck in between your teeth. I know you're staring at my hair. Look at it. It's greasy. Do you want to feel it?
Yes.
I washed it 2 days ago. Just letting you know. So Anna bit the top of his head so fucking hard that she drew blood. Like this man's head was bleeding. She was
coming for everybody. She had no chill.
Fucking succubus. So long fucking story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass. I'm just kidding. If you don't know what that is, Google it. We say that a lot. We're like, if you don't know what it is,
Google it.
educate yourself.
We're just like, just leave it to your own device.
We're those type of people that if I ever listen to a podcast with people who are our exact personalities, I'd be like, holy fucking shit, they're so annoying. Mm-hmm. Turn them off. 1 star. Please don't give us 1 star, please.
1 star.
We live off attention. And with that being said, we're just going to take a little intermission. And if you could give us 5 stars on whatever you're listening to us on, unless you have the ability to give us 10 stars, give us 10 stars. And also give us $10. Thank you. So basically, to make a long story short, Anna gets kicked out of James's apartment. She called Stefan, explained her situation, said she had nowhere to go. She said she was going to sleep on the streets, basically begging for somewhere to stay. And, she was drunk as fuck. Who knows how late this was. So, she says it will only be a few nights. She has everything arranged for her to move back to Waco with her family. Stefan felt bad and took her in. So June 9th, 2013, Anna is unemployed. She's homeless. It's her last night in the city before moving back to Waco. Stefan decides to take her out to Club 5015.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. He wanted to be civil and celebrate her last night there. Seems weird to me, but okay. So they have dinner in, I guess, the bar area of the club. As per usual, Anna gets too drunk. She gets loud. She gets sloppy. Ultimately, she's cut off by the bartender, which she didn't like too much. Stefan tries multiple times.
This woman has a problem with authority.
She has a problem with that, with responsibility, authority, not biting people.
Yep.
So again, Stefan tried multiple times to convince her to leave. She didn't want to. Then he finally calls a cab. The cab comes. Rosemary Gomez is driving. Her husband Raymond. Oh my God, everybody loves Raymond. I just had some ramen noodles, so just a little. We got jokes on this podcast. It's a comedy. How are you today? So Rosemary Gomez is driving with her husband Reagan.
So it's not Raymond.
No, but everybody loves Reagan. He was a great president. Reagan Gomez is in the front passenger seat with her. Both Rosemary and Reagan stated that Anna was being loud and abusive. She was screaming, "Fuck you" to everybody. She was angry.
Sounds about white.
She was not white. She was Hispanic. Anna and Stefan get into a verbal fight in the back of the cab. When they get out of the cab, Anna heads for the lobby of the apartment building, but Rosemary, the cab driver, stops Stefan, and she expresses her concern for his safety and offers to pray for him. So Stefan laughs it off, and he's like, "Nah, bitch, I'm gonna be okay."
Wait, okay, so she stops him and says, "I'm going to pray for you," and...
The cab driver, yeah. Well, he was also drunk. He wasn't obliterated, but he was just like, "LOL, we'll be okay." So, she prays for him. Yeah, he says, he laughs it off. He's like, she'll be, he laughs it off, says he'll be okay, and that Anna just gets like this. You know her.
Yikes.
Silly Anna. So he goes upstairs with her. So Stefan then tells Anna that she was out of line and she can't stay there that night. Anna didn't take this too well. She lashed out and motherfucking lunged at him. Stefan fell on his back face up, where Anna then got on top of him, essentially straddling him, pulled off her stiletto, and stabbed him in the head with her 5.5-inch heel of her shoe.
Love that.
After stabbing him 25 times.
Because 1 wasn't enough, 2 wasn't enough, 3, 5, 15...
So Anna stopped, noticing his body had gone limp. At 3:45 a.m., she calls 911 and reports an assault, saying her boyfriend, Dr. Stefan Anderson, had attacked her. Police arrive to find Stefan's body. Anna is drunk and crying, claiming self-defense. Police also find a deck of tarot cards on her table with the death card flipped up. For those of you who don't know, the death card doesn't really necessarily signify death. It actually rarely does. It means the death of a phase or the end to a chapter in your life. They just put, apparently she did have tarot cards and that was on the table.
But the
according
cops
to
took
crime
it too
scene
literal.
Well, I don't think the cops really gave that much of a fuck about it. They probably thought it was weird, but the media ate that shit up. They said, "Nom nom, bitch." It was like that Pop-Tart I scarfed down.
You pulled that death card.
Anytime I've pulled it, it's kind of been a good thing. It's the tower you got to look out for. If you pull that tower in that deck.
I literally used to pull the tower all the time. Remember
Babe,
that?
strap on.
Love that.
So the police take her in. When interrogated, Anna talks for 3 hours, drunkenly rambling about her entire life and what brought her to this very moment in her life, then briefly talked about what had happened that night in a few short minutes. Homegirl talked for 3 hours about herself. Now, I want to talk about myself, but in this case, they were like, so what happened? She was like, well...
It all started when I was 5 years old.
Right? The fuck, Anna? Get the frick out of here. So she claims that Stefan had got her in a bear hug and was like choking her from behind. So imagine like two people facing the same direction and like the person behind bear hugging them. Pretty much like any cover of a rom-com that was made after 2001. So she panicked, and in self-defense, she says that she pulled her shoe off and she was just like whacking it over her shoulder. Couldn't really see where she was going, but apparently she was just whacking to...
Can't they like tell that like...
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay.
So there was this former FBI profiler named Candace DeLong, and she was in the short documentary I watched about Anna, and she said, quote, "Hitting someone 25 times in the head with a sharp object is 24 times too many for it to be called self-defense." It was so dramatic. Made me damp.
She knows what she wants.
So Anna was put on house arrest post-bail and awaited trial. In court, the jury was presented with physical evidence that proved Anna had straddled Stefan and he was not bear hugging her. And Anna had not a single wound, bruise, or scratch to prove that Stefan laid a hand on her. Also, keep in mind she previously attacked a security guard and bit the head of a man who was giving her a place to stay. So she's got a little bit of a history there, okay? So Anna actually took the stand. Homegirl talked in court. She was rambling all over the place, and like her lawyer was like trying to get her. Like you can see in some of the videos, he's like trying to get her back on track. He's just like, girl, come on, we're trying to win this case, bitch.
So she just wants to tell about her trauma. She's been through it. Love that.
Question mark. So Anna said that
was a joke.
Didn't have too much to drink that night at the club. 50-15. Is it 50-15? I don't know. Guess I would have to be local. So she said she was the one who wanted to leave the bar, and that Stefan wanted to stay. Anna said that Stefan was plastered. He could barely walk. He was angry. He was looking for an argument. He yelled at her and she was embarrassed. She ended up calling a cab, but they fucking pulled footage from the bar's security cameras where you can see Anna and Stefan both drinking heavily. Anna was flirting with a stranger and doing a sexy dance in a chair while Stefan was in the bathroom. And just before they leave, Anna claimed that Stefan was plastered. He was totally like pissed, drunk, and angry, but the camera footage shows him asking Anna to leave, who seems like she's having a fucking hissy fit. And he is very calm and he can like totally walk in a straight line. Okay, so later, one of the men who worked at the Lawndale Hotel that she had previously stayed at before, said Anna spoke to him before she even met Stefan and said, quote, "If anyone ever messes with me, I'll get them with this." And she pulled off her high heel shoe and she held it like a knife.
Yikes. You never introduce your weapon before you use it.
So in April of 2014, Anna Trujillo was found guilty of first-degree murder, sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 30 years. And that is my story. Murder by stiletto. Now, they brought the fucking stiletto to court, and it was blue velvet. It was cheap as hell. It looked like she got it from Rainbow. And it still had his hair and blood on it.
Yikes. So she was really clonking him.
Yeah, his face, his head.
Love that.
They also did an x-ray of it, and holy shit.
It's probably dented, right?
No, it wasn't dented because think about it. Think about how small a stiletto heel is.
Yeah.
And it's got to hold the weight of a woman. And it's like they did an x-ray to show like that it's like iron on the inside. It's just like an iron pick. She's yawning. Hold on.
Oh, they did an x-ray of the shoe. I thought you meant an x-ray of the guy.
Oh, no. They did an x-ray of the shoe. Sorry.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Because any jury would be like, it's a fucking shoe. Like, you can't kill someone with a shoe.
Well, yeah, because it makes sense because that has to hold someone up.
Yeah. It was terrifying.
Yikes.
It was bloody and nasty and shit. And this woman has no remorse. She really
lied.
is still lying. She's like still convinced that she didn't do anything wrong.
Love that.
And she cries and she's just like, oh, poor me.
She's so sorry. What was me?
Shit doesn't add up in her story either, but look her up and listen to her talk in an interview. I would
probably
recommend.
so cringe.
It's like when you know they're lying and it's just really like bad acting and psychotic.
It's like she's super like bratty almost.
She's super something.
Oh. All right. Well,
What you got for me?
I have 2 stories.
Wow, how did we get so blessed?
Snohomish? Yes.
Oh, that was the name. I thought you were just...
I had to say it real quick because I knew I was going to lose it. He's snorting, everybody. I made him laugh.
Oh, okay.
Snohomish County Sheriff's deputies arrived at the Airport Inn trailer park around 12:45 a.m.
In trailer park?
in the Airport Inn trailer park.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Airport Inn.
Trailer park.
Like INN.
Yes.
Okay, well, I thought you were talking about an airport
Oh.
in a trailer park. I said, girl, there's a couple words missing there, but...
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
So, a 51-year-old man required CPR. The unidentified victim was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Witnesses claim that the unidentified victim and Miss Lang, which is his girlfriend, had been fighting, and at one point, Lang allegedly tossed her boyfriend, which he's 5'7" and 175 pounds, in the back of their motorhome.
Just tossed him?
Yep.
How big is she?
I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
The man could be heard telling the heftier Lang, described as 5'6", 192 pounds. So he's 175, she's 192.
Okay.
So she's bigger than him. To get off of him. Lang was found on top of him with her chest pressed in his face.
Oh my god. Is this death by titties?
Yes. Lang was found on top of her boyfriend with her chest pressed to his face. She appeared passed out, according to the witnesses, who admitted to the deputies that they had been also drinking and smoking that day. This is marijuana.
Marijuana?
Marijuana.
In my liberal neighborhood?
They said it was difficult to move Lang because of her size. Deputies were told that the man did have a heart condition and that Lang had smothered him to death.
With her titties?
With her titties. So when the deputies went to interview Lang at the hospital, she was drunk. She said that she loved the victim and they had only been shacking up for about a month.
What does that mean?
They were only together for a month.
Shacking up?
Shacking up. I guess they were fucking.
Shake Shack. Who says that? Shacking up? Is that a thing?
It was a direct quote.
All right.
She didn't admit any wrongdoing, and she said that she was sorry if the victim was dead, but she didn't know anything about how he died, according to the report.
What?
While it's unclear why the couple was fighting, the report said that Lang was upset when one of the witnesses, who was the ex-girlfriend of the victim, was inside of her home that day. Deputies could not immediately determine the cause of death, but Lang could face a charge of second-degree manslaughter.
Smothered by titties.
And then later she did get second-degree murder.
Oh, Jesus.
For smothering him with her tits.
How do you smother someone with your tits?
Just lay on them. Lay it on them.
Lay it on them thick, baby. Wow, death by boobies. Sucks.
Right? This next one you're going to love.
Oh my god, is it death by dick?
Something like that.
Oh.
So, this one is it was typed up weird because I think it's from like a Scottish,
Oh, can you do it in a Scottish accent?
website. I can't, I'm sorry.
Just a little bit Scottish.
I just don't know how.
Is that Scottish?
So, like, the words that they use are kind of weird, so bear with me.
It's British. Oh. Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Karen Walsh, a mother in her early 40s at the time, was one of Dublin's successful businesswomen. Now, she wasn't really a businesswoman. Her husband was a businessman, so that just, she like got married
Dublin's in
into that.
Ireland.
Yes. I said Scotland.
Yeah. You also thought okay.
I knew what it meant. I was referring to a funny tweet. She had grown up in a middle-class Galway family in a family of high achievers where education was a priority.
Was it a priority? That's how you said it. I'm sorry. Is anyone still listening?
Yeah, like what? So her father was a primary school principal, and he taught at Loria School until his retirement. And as a teenager, Karen Walsh attended South Hill Secondary School in Galway City before completing a degree in biochemistry. In a surprise twist, she opted to train as a beautician after leaving college.
Ooh.
After she finished that, she went to study a course in pharmacy. And this was at the University of Sunderland in England.
Oh, so I did have the right accent. Nailed it.
Walsh married Richard Durkin, a high-profile Dublin executive who was appointed by former Health Minister Mary Harney to the Council of Pharmaceutical Society of Ireland. The couple got married in 2004 and had a son, James, 2 years later.
Oh my God, is their son James Kennedy? Is this going to relate back to Vanderpump Rules?
No, babe.
Oh, okay.
From Monday to Friday, they lived in Dublin's plush Berkeley Court Hotel, taking advantage of a Celtic Tigers property, renting out a home they owned in the city.
Celtic.
Oh. What did I say? Celtic? Amazing.
Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics play the Lakers tonight.
Do they?
Yeah, tune in.
Okay. Walsh often kept a firm hold on the illusion of youth with regular Botox visits to Dublin's executive clinic for anti-aging treatment that she had been roughly undergoing for 12 years. Pay attention to that. It comes back.
Okay, 12 years, roughly. Lips injection, Botox.
Botox, yeah.
Now, Botox. Asking for a friend. You get it in your forehead, right?
I think everywhere, right?
I don't know. I thought you get it like in your forehead and your
down.
crow's feet, or like by your eyes.
Yeah, but also you literally can't move your face.
I just remember. Oh, probably yeah, and your lower face too. I remember that because of Christmas with the Cranks. Tim Allen tries to eat peaches. Now that's comedy. You ever seen Tim Allen try to eat peaches?
I pictured the scene. That's why I was.
Have you seen it? You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It's
so funny.
I think that's the only movie I watched because I don't have cable, so that's the only one that you could like watch without paying anything. So, amazing. And
Christmas with the thanks for nothing,
right.
Comcast.
Right. I don't even
Fuck
have
outta
cable
here.
though. In 2007, the couple bought a 5-bedroom property on Dublin Road in Newry for a holiday house relaxation.
Whatever that means.
It wasn't what it seemed to be, and the Walshes carefully constructed a facade that was about to implode with tragedy for her gentle, newly elderly neighbor, Mary Franken.
I don't know why I'm gasping, but I look forward to hearing it.
So people described Karen Walsh's orbit as
Her what?
her orbit, I guess her vibe. Her orbit.
Is this what you meant when you they said weird things?
Yes, they say weird shit in this, and I don't know like the translation, so I just kept the words.
Her orbit. Okay, I like it.
Her vibe.
Okay.
Sending positive orbits.
Just like somebody throws like a bunch of packs of gum at you. Clean it
Sending
up with orbits.
They describe it as enigma.
Yeah.
So apparently the mother loved spending Christmas Eve downing vodka.
Stop. Christmas with the Cranks.
She was a so-called socialite, but rarely left her home, appearing to prefer to drink alone. She also had a disturbing history in Newry before she even moved to Dublin. So the place where she lives now, people knew her before. So after her pharmacy degree, she had moved just 5 miles from Newry, and that's how people knew her.
That's how people knew her.
Newry.
Sorry, I thought it was funny.
That's okay.
He said that's okay. Don't let it happen again.
That's okay. So by then, she acquired a reputation for a heavy drinker and her erotic behavior.
Oh, erratic. Bureaucracy.
What?
I don't know. I'm fucking tired. We need to start recording these in the morning, man.
I'm saying for real. I wish we could record like.
Not when we're tired.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
It's almost like, have you ever been with people? I only know from like doing films and stuff where you're just so tired and you're with a bunch of people that you don't know. You just get so weird, and everybody gets weird, and
It's like you're delusional.
Yeah, and it's just like you learn shit about people that they wouldn't normally say
Because they're
to
so
someone
tired.
they
They're just like
and
spewing shit out.
and you've been with them for hours and hours, and
Yeah.
you're working, and it's just like you're under stress, and it's a lot, and then that's what I feel like right now.
I feel that too, but we've known each other for like 6 years.
No, I know, but I feel like in that mood where I'm just spewing shit out. So
Yeah, to anybody, and I have no type of like filter.
yeah.
Same. So the neighbors quickly learned about Walsh's notorious drinking binges, on which, on one occasion, she disappeared and she abandoned her little Jack Russell and locked him in a house for more than a week with no food or water.
Oh, the fuck, Houdini?
The neighbors had to push food through the mailbox, eventually calling the police when it became clear that she wasn't returning.
Oh, those neighbors are so nice.
The animal ended up being taken away by authorities.
Fucking good. Give him to some little girl uptown.
Right, and then someone said, quote, "I heard when she left Dublin, everyone in the street had a party."
Oh.
So, Mary Rankin, she was retired, super nice lady.
I thought it was Franken.
No, Rankin.
Oh, because I was thinking Mary Shelley Frankenstein.
Yeah. It's okay. So she lived in retirement. She loved kids. She loved neighbors. You know, she was really, really nice. And she was one of the few people that actually got to meet Karen like face to face.
What a mysterious woman.
She says, while Mr. Durkin was friendly and visible going in and out of his property, it was almost as if his wife was a ghost.
Oh shit. She's been dead for 30 years. I'm calling it now, y'all.
Ew, that's really crazy because it says, I've lived here for 30 years and I've never saw her.
I'm scared.
It says you would, and then another quote, "You would expect to see her sometime. I think she may only have been up here 4 or 5 times in the year. She's a mystery," another man said. And then the neighbors says that you think they would see her at bars or the hotel, but she seemed to only drink at home, and that she must have been a big drinker. Walsh claimed she had called Mrs. Rankin on Christmas Eve 2008 over for a drink, and she claims that Mrs. Rankin drank the entire bottle of vodka. But this is an 81-year-old woman. Of course, like, she's not drinking. And all the neighbors were like, that's literally crazy. No, that didn't happen.
Oh my gosh, she would drop over.
Right. So a neighbor says, if Mary called on Christmas to drop off something and I poured her a tiny glass of liquor, it would have been left there when she left. And then it was neighbors claiming that she doesn't drink anything but tea.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying that Mary had a gift for Mrs. Walsh's son, so that's why she was over there.
Do you think Mary had a little lamb?
Yeah, for the son. And then someone says she was always polite, but being too polite can get you killed.
What the fuck happened to her?
So, first, Walsh used the family crucifix to attack Mrs. Rankin's body in order to make it look as the murder had been carried out by a male after a sex attack. So in the days that they were trying to figure out who murdered,
Wait, what happened? How did they find her? I have so many questions. Are you getting to it? I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Karen Walsh claims that there has been suspicious Eastern Europeans hanging around, but no one else saw them. Everyone else was like, no, you're drunk half the time. Like, what are you talking about? And then the scene around the body had been cleaned before she left, and Mrs. Rankin's brother-in-law discovered the body on Christmas morning. So they were in Mrs. Rankin's house. And she used her crucifix to kill her.
The fuck?
So after Karen was charged, she was talking about extensive plastic surgery to disguise her looks and seeking a fake passport. So while on bail in 2009, Walsh was rearrested after the PSNI became concerned she was planning to surgically change her appearance and flee Ireland with a false passport.
Oh, I see her. Oh, I don't like her.
Doesn't she look weird?
Yeah, her eyes are close together or something.
Well, it's because she stayed getting Botox.
Why are you going to bother getting Botox if you're just going to stay inside?
I'm saying. Well, also, I feel like the drink like made her age, so that's also a thing.
Don't tell me that.
I'm sorry.
You're causing me wrinkles.
And that's the story of the crucifix killer.
So she fucking killed. Why did she do it?
No one knows.
She just did it. She just murdered this old woman with her own crucifix on Jesus's birthday.
She literally killed her dog. Like she
killed her dog too?
Well, not really, but she left him at home alone for a
Oh.
week with no food or water. I mean, if you could kill animals, then there's no saying what you could do to humans.
Fuck, call this bitch trail mix because she is a nut. Did that make sense?
That was good. Yeah.
Thank you. If you want to clap for that joke, that'd be okay. Oh my god. Okay, you're spiking levels.
You were spiking levels eating that damn Pop-Tart.
Why you gotta come at me like that? Fuck. So what happened? She's in jail?
Yeah.
No Botox for you? How? Well, I'm glad she's not out there lurking. Wow, that sucks. Now she can't get drunk anymore.
Yeah, and now she can't do anything.
Bummer. Don't be such a fucking bitch next time, yeah? Wow, so you had, we had a day full of stilettos, boobies, and crucifix. It's like a weird night at the fucking strip club.
What? I think she was mad that Marie Rankin was nice.
She was mad that she was nice. You should fucking try it sometime.
Right.
I just realized that both of us look like we're like hosts and hostess at fucking Chili's.
Oh my god, yes. You have a black button down on and I have a white button down.
Welcome to Chili's.
I'm surprised I have no food on it.
I know, me too. No offense.
That's okay.
Well, you didn't have pasta. You did have ramen noodles.
Ramen.
Everybody loves ramen. There's someone upstairs, probably.
Yes, I know, but why?
Do you have a fun fact?
I don't, but I have a tweet of the week.
Oh, okay. Give us that.
At Icon Ho says, don't chase, attract.
All right. Icon Ho. Give it up for Icon Ho.
Love that.
So my fun fact is, people probably already know this, but Ozzy Osbourne and Jack Osbourne have their own fucking TV show again, which is crazy. One, because I didn't fucking know that. And two, because I was literally 2 weeks ago watching old episodes of the Osbournes. Do you remember that show?
Episodes.
You remember that show though, right?
Yes.
And that show is fucking crazy. But I was watching, and then right after that, I was watching New York Minute with Jason.
Oh my god, with the Olsen twins?
Yeah, and I forgot that Jack Osbourne was in it.
I forgot that too.
Yeah.
Is he like normal looking?
And yeah, it was when he was chunkier. He was younger, and he had like the crazy hair, and he had like half of an American accent, half a British accent. It was all around confusing. but it was Jason's first Mary-Kate and Ashley movie he's ever seen. Also, we might start a podcast where we watch every Mary-Kate and Ashley movie up until the last scene, and then Jason tries to tell us how it ends.
Good luck.
Thank you. It's a work in progress. Mary-Kate and Rashley, because I will break out in a stress rash. So my tweet of the week comes from Huffington Post, where it says, Ron Perlman peed on his hand before handshake with Harvey Weinstein. So
Love that.
I thought that was entertaining. Also, let's not forget Harvey is a dick.
Yeah, right? Fuck him. And
So,
all you other piece of shit abusers out there.
POS. Thank you guys for listening. Follow us on social media if you'd like. If you're listening to us on...
Thanks for tuning into this one.
if you're listening to us on the internet, fucking give us stars. Somewhere.
Oh
please.
Preferably 5. I mean, if you can't, like we can't, then it's okay.
We get it. Listen, we'll just tip our hats to each other and part ways civilly. Just don't leave rude comments.
Yeah, like let's be nice to each other. Like we've been nice to each other this whole time.
Yeah, fuck off, Sarah. Fuck off.
You fuck off, priority.
What?
I was mad that you made fun of me. Are you okay?
I forget what I was gonna say.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. We're heading out.
Thank you to our Patreon supporters. You have a new bonus episode. If you want bonus episodes, you know where to go. Patreon.com/Esoteric Oddities. Thank you again, guys,
Thanks
for
guys.
listening. I need coffee.
Yes. No, you're going to sleep. You don't need it. It's literally 8:06. You don't need coffee.
Bye.
Bye.